Welcome to Daddies the Podcast, featuring Eric and Greg. Join them each week as they hang with a new guest to talk about who they are, their why, and the stories that come up along the way. Thank you for being a part of the Daddies community.
Is this your first podcast shoot in a doctor's office?
Oh my God, yeah. I can't believe we're doing this. I'm in one of the rooms.
Did they just give you like a straight patient room?
Yeah, they did.
Are you sitting on the paper? Like, the little paper that they pull out over the...
I have a wheelie chair to spin around in.
Nice. Very nice.
You got to have the gown on, man.
I know. No gown.
Commit to the bit, right?
Well, thanks for joining us because dude, I'll see your shit pop up and you're just everywhere, collabing with everyone. You're just...
It's been insane. And it was not always this way. I had to... We're live, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I had to work for years to get to this point. And once January hit, everything changed. Once the director of my film, Mr. Reset, hit me up and said we're launching, everything started going crazy. When it came to media appearances, wrestling events started popping up. Well, I've always been, wrestling-wise, thankfully, I've always been very, very busy. But now it's even more. But also, I am now cast for 7 films this year. So
wow.
Yeah. So it's been just and again, gotta do media for all the films as well. So it's been incredibly busy.
Now, let me ask you, you said 7 films. Were those all on tap before 2026 or did all of that happen this year?
Great question. So I would say really 4 of them hit me up this year. But I had a few of them last year that was cast for in December, November. But once I started doing some really big collaborations, I've done them with the Costco guys. I've done them a few times. Those have always really done well for me. Wrestling on TV all the time really helps. I think a lot of these films also, they see a wrestler, they see a stuntman, they see I could do very well improv. I bring a following with me. So I think that it's helped me. My wrestling career has helped me get these films, these roles, because of what I bring to the table. Obviously, I still need to always give my best and get better at what I'm doing always. I don't believe in ever stopping, but I do. I'm grateful that these people see something in me and give me the chance to do what I'm doing.
Yeah, as soon as you say, all right, that's it, everybody, I made it. Oh, then you're done. Then that's as high as you'll ever go. So, keep grinding.
Always.
Or what is it like? If you're recording an album and as soon as you say this album is going to go platinum or gold and then it just doesn't,
The thing is I've done early on in my career, I wrestled for Ring of Honor on TV, wrestled for Evolve, wrestled for WWE, wrestled for AEW. And I was younger. So I was always saying this might be it. This might be my big break. I got signed by Bang Energy. And I had in that same week, I got on the Kurt Angle podcast. Kurt Angle's wrestling legend. And I'm like, yeah, this is going to be the thing that gets me bigger. This is going to be, and everything helped. Everything snowballed into something bigger. But it didn't get me to where I'm like, oh yeah. No. So it's I had to learn to not expect, just do. And for a while, I did not do that. For a very long time, I was like, oh, I want this. I did the Freddie Prinze Jr. podcast, one of my favorite ones I've ever done. And cool. I expected this could be my big break, into the film industry. And, but what do you know? My break in the film industry was I filmed, I did Mr. Reset. It's a wrestling horror film. I filmed it a year ago. But I filmed a movie called Crimson Harvest in the fall of last year. And there were 4 directors on set watching. That's what helped me get into a lot of other films because they were watching and they saw what I was doing and they were like, holy shit, we want to put you in our film. Let's do it. So it was one of those things where, who impressing, and you don't know who's watching. That's one of the biggest things I've learned. But you can't let expectations distract you from where you want to go.
If you've listened to more than, one episode of Daddies the Podcast, you know that we talk to a lot of musicians.
Oh, we sure do.
And you know what's not cool?
What's that, Greg?
Wearing that band's t-shirt to their show.
Yeah, we get it. You're a big fan. That's why you're there to see them live.
But you know what is cool?
What's that?
Going to www.daddiespodcast.com and checking out the new exclusive Daddies the Podcast merch.
I'm sure we got some shirts in there for you to wear to a concert.
And if you use exclusive code Daddies10, you'll get 10% off your purchase.
Pretty sweet deal.
Make sure to go to www.daddiespodcast.com today and get your exclusive Daddies the Podcast merch.
Support the daddies.
It's everything. That's everything. Like, you don't know who's watching. You don't know which person's going to put you in contact with this person. We have no idea, but it just happens that way. Like, it's crazy to say because the I don't regret anything I've done all the hard work, all of the appearances I've made. I'm very thankful for everything, but you can't ever just latch on one thing and say this is going to be it. You can't. And even when it is it, you still have to maintain that it. You still have to bring that it with you wherever you go and make it even bigger. Because just as where you are, there's other people working just as hard as you who want that same spot you're in. You know what I mean?
I've had the conversation of you never know who's watching, or you never know who's listening, or you never know who you're talking to. Even at that time, I used to do. I've done training programs for people to like kind of help them get jobs, and I tell them like, hey, even if you're just like bullshitting with one of the guys on the job, in 5 years, 5 short years away, that guy might be hiring for a position. And he might think back to some shit that you said, and he might say, he was nice, but I don't know if I'd want to bring him on again or whatever. Or you talk smack behind somebody's back, and the person you're talking smack to, there's so many things. Like, you got to watch what you say.
Seriously, like on set, I was filming that movie, Crimson Harvest. And there are people recording me like behind the camera, like what I'm doing. And in my head, I'm like, oh, this is cool. But like, I didn't know what was happening, right? People were just filming me, like watching me. And I did not know that they were directors, producers. You know what I'm saying? So everything was just like right there. And now with my film, Mr. Reset, coming soon, that's even more of a reason to push like this, push as hard as I'm going. And I think that film is going to be I think it's gonna be great. I genuinely, I love the story. I'm not being biased. Like, they put me as lead actor of this film, and I gave my
You're allowed to be a little biased.
I think but the soundtrack is freaking amazing. I listened to it. Well, actually, tomorrow is when the soundtrack launches on Apple and Spotify, all streaming services, which is great. But from the film, watching it, I'm like, this music rocks. Who wouldn't like this? And I think the music in a film is a very big factor, in my opinion. Star Wars, come on. But
yes.
To that point, I'm biased because I believe in this film. I tell my story because it's kind of like a young wrestler whose dream is to make it to the top, and there are people at the top who take advantage of that young kid's dream. That happened to me, and that's happening in this film to me. And it's very easily able to be portrayed because I've been through things like that. I've been bullied. I've been through things like these shitty things that I've been through. And my wife is in the film with me, so that makes it even more special to me. So that's why I'm really excited for this. It's called the Mr. Reset and Society Turned Up Limb Bone. And I think it's going to be freaking amazing.
Now, is it so when the movie drops? Is it going to be like a limited run theater release, or how is it going to be?
We actually just got a distribution deal, but I'm not allowed to say until we have dates. That's the thing. Waiting back from our distributors on dates. And if we say before we get the dates, that could really hurt the deal, I heard.
For sure.
Yeah, for those of you listening, giving shit like that out before you're allowed to can get a lot of people in trouble.
It messes it up.
Yeah. and honestly, I'm kind of one of the only people in the film doing as much media as I am doing, and I want to make sure to do the right thing by everybody else. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's awesome. Well, it sounds like you hardly even have to act. It's just like, it's almost like be yourself. How much of yourself can you pour into the character?
Well, Mr. Reset, I play myself. So I'm literally playing, I'm playing Vinny Pacifico.
Full on yourself.
So it's easy. It's very easy. But for other films, I have to play other characters. And that's where you're going to pull out different factors of different parts of me. Like, I played an evil detective in Crimson Harvest. So I kind of pulled out my villain tactics I use in wrestling when I'm a villain in the ring, right? So like, there's a lot of wrestling and character work that I've learned from pro wrestling that I use for my films, but also like acting lessons, that all helps. Everything helps each other out. But I will say, because of wrestling, knock on wood, I've been blessed to be able to have some abilities that I can utilize for films, like stunt work, improv, selling pain. I could fight scenes really well. So it's just one of those things where the transition to do both has been incredible, and I'm very lucky. But I have to step my game up because I know that it's going to come with more hard work and more higher bandwidth opportunities. So I'm gonna have to really just keep pushing forward, not stop.
But honestly, like as you're talking, it sounds like the passion's there. Like I feel like if it wasn't and you were half-assing it, then I feel like, yeah, but you can tell when someone's enjoying something. I
Oh
think that
yeah, I
does
love it.
translate. Now let me ask though, so with acting, does that mean voice acting is in your future?
Yes, I would love that. I have one of my dreams is to do a movie with Disney, and they do a lot of voice acting. I would do a live action, of course, but like I would love to do voice acting for them. But stay tuned because there's something with Disney hopefully coming soon. Um, Little spoiler. Not hopefully, it is happening.
Little
Um,
teaser.
um, what was I saying? Okay, so yeah, no, voice acting. There is some voice acting in Mr. Reset. There is some things with that. So because I have to wear a mask. So they film me my mask scenes they film, but also there's things they can't really hear so well. So I go voice over it.
Right, right. So you're saying the lines while you have the mask on, but they just dub it over with voice acting later.
If they need to. If they need to.
Yeah.
Kind of like they did with well, I mean, I guess in Twisted Metal, Sweet Tooth was different actor versus voice actor.
That always blows my mind when they can do that. How you can line
You
it
don't
up,
see
like line the
his
mouth
face,
up.
so it could
That's
be
the thing. You don't
anyone's.
see my face. It's
Mm.
really fascinating. And you know, with this when I went to this first film, even though I played myself, I loved the art of acting. I loved it. It was so much fun for me. Um, and my wife, like getting to be on set with her and people that I really love was just a really fun thing. And then I wasn't a Disney fan. We went to Disney World to celebrate. That's when I became a Disney fan. And my wife was one first, so she was a Disney fan. She's like, "Oh, she wanted to go to Disney for years." I was like, "Yeah." Finally, we went. That was it. I'm now in love. I love Disney. But it was great. So, and that, like I said, that film inspired me to continue acting and has led to other roles. But hopefully, once this film hits, I think this is going to be like before. We don't know what's going to happen. This could be a breaking point. You know what I mean? For a million different things. Who knows, right? Whether
Can
it's voice
open up
acting,
some
whether it's
doors.
exactly, we don't know. But regardless, I'm very excited and very grateful for this because I think Mysteries is going to be a really big thing. Oh,
No, I
That's
mean it sounds super promising, with the limited details that we have.
yeah.
It sounds like that it's going to be good. But you know what? Can we backtrack real fast to Disney? So I I I think it's funny that you said you weren't really a fan until you went, and it's funny like a lot of the people that we talk to or not talk to but like associate with are like Disney fanatics, and it's funny because they're such a nice embracing group of individuals.
Yeah.
I love it.
Same thing with horror. The same thing with
Yeah,
horror. I feel like
yeah.
they're all so welcoming and loving and kind, and it's just like amazing. But yeah, I was not a fan of Disney in the beginning. I mean, as a kid growing up, I loved it, and then whatever. But like going to Universal and Disney and like theme parks are just a whole experience. I
Mhm.
heavily want to go to a horror nights Universal. That'd be awesome. I haven't gotten to go yet. For the last 4 years I've been trying with my wife, and we're either overseas wrestling or me, but I bring it with me. I bring it with me, or I'm doing something that month that's like I'm completely out of the country for. Like so it's just been I've been trying to go so hard, and it's like damn. But
Apparently, like, the Universal Horror Night, it's the shit. Like, especially because, like, the time and money and energy spent, it's apparently, like, you can't really get an experience like that.
I don't
yep,
know anything about it.
So
What's
so
the
essentially,
gist?
they'll pick, like, I don't know, 6 movies, 7 movies, or 7 horror, like, maybe Saw, Terrifier, and they'll have, like, little what I don't wanna say, like,
haunted
haunted
houses.
houses.
They have
Yeah,
like
yeah,
different
right.
bases for different certain things and merchandise. They have like so they'll give every whatever 6 or 7 of them 6, 7 a base for their film, right? So like last year was Five Nights at Freddy's. They had like the merchandise, they had the costumes, the shirts, the masks, they have all that shit. Each different film had that. So it's just that's Horror Nights, and I don't think
But
anyone's
it's
watching after 6-7. I think people are gonna turn off the people gonna turn
Every
off the podcast now. No, I'm kidding.
but my kids told me January 1st, they said there was a meme reset and we're not allowed to use that anymore.
6-7's out.
6-7 is out.
Oh,
But
man.
I still use it a little
Yeah,
bit. It's
yeah.
So do
okay.
I.
Well, and Eric, so like the Horror Nights is cool because it's legit. It's not like if you go to like Times Square and there's Mario, like it's legit licensed
Yeah.
shit.
Okay.
So it's
okay,
like
that's very cool.
yeah, it is cool. Now, granted, you got to pay more to go.
Of course.
Yeah,
of course.
You got to pay. You got to pay to play, but it's cool. And Disney they do like a Halloween thing as well, but it's, I mean, Disney branded. You know.
Yeah, I told my wife we weren't allowed to go back to Disney anytime soon.
I mean, Disney's expensive.
Yeah.
It is expensive.
Yeah.
Knock on wood, I've gotten to go in free a few times. So
Wow.
like,
Nice.
and then, but like after realizing like the free ticket to get in is like that's a gold. I'm like, this is insane. I'm looking like there was a day that I couldn't get in for free, and I'm looking on my phone and I'm like, these prices are insane. But listen, it really is worth it. Like if you're a fan and you love that shit, it's amazing. It's fun. It's immersive.
magical.
Yeah, and you got awesome merchandise. You got just a lot of things don't beat it. I feel like, if you give them something fun, that's the fun thing to do.
Well,
Mhm.
and I think too, like, I mean, you always hear this argument. Well, I could pay that or less than that to go overseas and experience a different culture
Yeah.
for 2 weeks, and that's absolutely true. However, that's awesome going overseas and exploring a different country. But Disney is cool. You're going to spend a fuck ton of money, but the fact that everything's taken care of, you're in
Exactly.
this little world of everything. You could just do nothing and have it all done. Now, granted, you kind of have to plan your days if you want to ride shit or whatever, but
Very
like,
much so.
everything is taken care of. So it is worth it. It's just expensive,
It is worth it to me. I mean, again, knock on wood. Very blessed to say this, but I get paid to go overseas and wrestle and work, right? And I still say Disney's freaking amazing to go to, right? But overseas travel is something that you can't beat either. Like I got into wrestling in over 10 countries. It's amazing. I France, Germany, Romania, Hungary, Amsterdam, Puerto Rico, Canada, Japan, Amsterdam. If I said that already,
You've been all over.
UK.
Where was your favorite place to go?
I'm stuck between Germany, France, and Japan.
Very cool.
Do you find it like traveling now is a little bit more, I don't know, finicky or with just like the way things are kind of going right now, or
Right
has
now?
nothing really changed?
Overseas?
Yeah. Or
Yes.
has nothing
Yeah,
changed
a little
there?
bit. A little bit. I mean, some countries are pretty damn good where they're taking care of things and everything's fine, but you still never know. You gotta be safe. It when you say finicky, also though, like on the same front, like traveling now, I used to never give a shit. I was going on a plane and just go where I gotta go. Every week. Now it's like I gotta stretch before I get on the plane. I gotta get a neck pillow. I gotta have my vitamins. Because traveling planes affect your health. If you stay on a plane that's like this and your neck's down, that is not healthy. And my
Mhm.
21 till 24 years old, I would say 18 to 24 years old, I traveled almost every single week, and still do to this day. But at 24, I realized I have to start neck pillow, stretch, move your legs, all that shit. But prior to that, I did not give a shit, and I said, "Wow, this stuff hurts." I have to really take care. You have to take care of your body no matter what.
You know what, Vinny? You're talking like the old guy at work that says, "Oh, you got to lift with your knees. You're going to throw out your back by the time you're
Ain't
30 years
wrong.
old." But I ain't never heard anybody say it about traveling. I 100% believe you, but I've never had anybody point it out like that. So that's a good tip.
Yeah, it is. Like I started wrestling at 14, 12 years in. I want to do this till I can't anymore. Till like I literally can't, and hopefully it never happens. I could just keep going on and on and acting, obviously, but it hurts.
Well-
Shit hurts.
Vinny, let me ask, what's like the like percentage of like getting hurt while wrestling? Is it like super fucking high? I mean, I'm sure you have to be careful.
Everything is as a risk. Everything,
Yeah.
right? There is a lot of pain involved. Like wrestling hurts very bad. It really does. And I will say, every night we're in the ring risking our lives. But we're also trained to take care of ourselves and take care of our bodies and make sure we land a certain way to not get injured, to take care of opponents and keep people safe. So there is ways to keep yourself safe and be kind of smart, but
Mhm.
everything's a risk.
Now, let me ask though, so the next morning, do you wake up and just feel like absolute, just like someone just beat the shit out of you? Or do you
It
like,
depends.
yeah,
So if I go out and have a really good match next, and I fly home and I land and I'm rested on the flight, like a lot of my time is over the weekends is plain sleep. So it's not the best sleep. But but if I'm local and I have a banger match, the next day I usually feel great and I go to the gym. 'Cause I say one of the best feelings is waking up the next morning after a match that you had a really good match and you killed it. And you're like, yeah, I'm gonna go to the gym and I'm gonna do this. That's kind of the best feeling. So yes, but if there's some matches where I don't really do much hurt more than matches where I go out and have a crazy match. I don't know why that is, but that happens.
yeah, I mean, that makes sense. I don't know. It always just looks fucking painful, you know?
Well, Mr. Reset and filming Mr. Reset, I've had to redo, like, 'cause it's a movie, so we had to do a lot of, like, redos for certain moves and spots in the ring, and it freaking hurt. After a while, I had to do the same thing over and over and over, and different camera, different angle, different this, different that, and, like, I had, like, the certain slam I was getting slammed, and I had to do it over and, like, 15 times. I'm like, "Yeah, I was fucked up after that. Sorry."
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
doing something one time live in a show is like, not easy, but that's one thing. 15 times, some repetition in
Yeah.
there. You're
Yeah,
gonna feel that.
Yeah, and when there's, like, no real crowd there too, it's a movie, But, like, like, a crowd of, like, people watching, like, people, like, spectating, but spectating 'cause the film, but they were clapping and stuff like that, which is cool, but, like, after a while, like I said, it gets to you.
Right, right. Yeah, you don't have a whole lot of people like
Mhm.
feeding you,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, and so like, what's your gym regimen like? I mean, you said when you can, you like to go after. You just always fucking working out too. Is that
Every day of the week, really, I try to, but if it's not, like, weights every day, it's something in the gym. I
yep?
believe movement every single day is important, no matter what it is, even if it's just a walk, even if it's just, like, stretching, but push-pull legs is my split. I'll throw in some shoulders here and there. I'll throw in, an extra leg day if I can. But there are days when I just go to the gym and I stretch, just, like, run on cardio and stretch and abs, and that's, like, one of the best workouts because your body needs it.
What
It's
about yoga? I've been seeing a lot of yoga stuff. I've never
Not
actually
me.
fucked with yoga before.
No,
No,
me
that's not your thing.
no.
Greg, I
More
got some
more
yoga moves I can show you.
Downward doggy style.
Stop it.
Yeah, no, I saw Disney. They just did like a giant yoga session. I don't know if they do one every morning, but there were like people lining up at 4
yeah,
a.m.
I did see that. I did see that. Yeah.
Right? Yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
and it was just
stretching's
everyone
great.
just doing their fucking yoga. I've been to the gym in fucking 10 years probably, but
I've been paying for my gym. Actually, my gym membership just went up and I haven't been in, it's been a year.
Oh
I
my
said
god.
2025, I'm going to cut back. Sorry, Vinny. I know that's like,
No, you're
that's
good.
bad.
we're trying to do
Everyone got their own
better.
thing.
We're trying to do
Everyone got their
better.
own thing. Like, I don't know, is a gym that I have 2 gym memberships. I don't know why I do. But, one of them I don't go to anymore. I've been putting off going there and canceling it. I gotta do that, actually, 'cause I've been
Mhm.
paying it every month, and it's like, I don't go.
But it's hard to cancel because like don't you have to write them a letter or
Oh my god, they make it
uh,
impossible.
yeah, right.
They make you jump through hoops to cancel the membership. Like, I don't wanna come here anymore. Like, they're gonna ask you a million questions, do this instead. Like, I don't wanna come to the gym anymore. It sucks. Get me outta
Mhm.
here.
I'm good.
I just let it go to collections.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because they will send that shit if
They sure did.
but I feel like it should be, and I don't know, I saw that a law just passed. I don't know how true this is. When you go to cancel, this isn't obviously for gyms, but like a membership for a subscription online, that something passed where they need to make it where you don't have to jump through. Oh, we're so sad to see you leave. Why? They would ask you multiple things. Where now it's like if I want to leave and I want to cancel my subscription, I should just be able to click this button, cancel, and then you can send me an email after. I feel like gym memberships need to be the same fucking way, but nope, you gotta fucking write them a letter, sing them a song.
It's horrible. It
You know,
really is.
yeah.
I used to work for I used to work for that same gym, And I remember seeing people coming in screaming, "I want to cancel." It was bad. Hopefully, when I go in there this week, like I mean, I don't even know if I can get in there, but when I go in there and try to cancel, hopefully they don't give me a hard time.
Just make it easy.
Yeah,
Greg, let's drop this episode ASAP so that they hear this.
Yeah, right.
I
That's
work
really
here,
what we
guys,
wanted to.
And what's funny is I worked there, and my coworker is now the manager there from when I worked there. So this is like 6 years ago, 7 years ago, maybe 8 years ago. I was 18. So yeah, 8 years ago, and it was terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah, just ask your buddy for the hookup. Come on, man.
I'll
Right?
tell you what, I saw, was it Planet Fitness, where the guy was like, you got to go. And it was like 8:10, they close at 9. He's like, I don't care if we close at 9. I got to clean up. You got to get the fuck out. And dude ended up getting fired because, of course, like the other guy pulled out his phone and recorded him. But yeah, he was like kicking people out like an hour early so he could clean. I'm like, I'm pretty sure you can't do that also, you know?
Oh, that's like going to a restaurant right before they close.
It's just a dick move. It's a dick move.
Yeah, that is kind of that way. It is. If you go to the restaurants before they close, or there's 1 minute before they close to get your last item at the store, at the retail store.
I always feel so bad. I would just not want to do it because I don't want them to spit in my food. Really.
I do see a lot of videos now where it's like someone will go to like Wingstop 2 minutes before they close. Yeah, I need 1,000 wings. That's like, fuck.
That's make believe.
Because you got to turn the grill and the fryers back on. Yeah, come on, man. Cool, Vinny. Well, so if people want to check you out, man, where can they get linked up and see some of your stuff and upcoming movies and Insta?
Instagram, Vinny Pacifico. That's the best one. Twitter, Vinny Pacifico 1. YouTube, Vinny Pacifico 1. And Facebook, Vinny Pacifico. That's where everything goes. That's where all my travels, behind the scenes, film, wrestling, everything you want to see goes there.
Awesome. Well, Vinny, thanks for joining us. I know you're super fucking busy, so I'm glad that we were able to finally
I'm happy.
link
Listen,
up.
I'm very happy that they let me film here in the doctor's office.
That's cool, man. It's our first doctor shoot.
Yeah, everybody's first. It's the doctor's office first. Your first. It's our first doctor's office podcast. This is great.
This is the doctor's special.
Thanks for listening to Daddies the Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe, drop a review, and give us a like. We'll see you next time.